Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to explore Facebook on the website. So this will look completely different than if you're using Facebook on your mobile device. So keep that in mind. But it'll still pretty much work exactly the same way. So the first thing you'll do is open any browser you'd like. Type in facebook.com in your search bar there. And then you may have to log in if you haven't stayed logged in. If you have multiple accounts, it may have you log in to switch accounts, what have you. If you don't have a Facebook yet, you can click create a new account. You do need an email address and it may ask you for a phone number, but I don't think that particular part is mandatory. But if you haven't logged into that browser before, you can log in over here and see all the people that have logged in. Put in your password and then click login. If you do see your account here on the left hand side, they've started putting, excuse my neighbor and his very loud truck. You can click on your profile here and it'll just ask for your password. So you'll go ahead and you'll put that in and click login. So however you need to do it, just log in. When you first log in, you'll be taken to your home page. This will pretty much be your dashboard. So this is going to have all of the different locations. It'll have your news feed. It'll have ads and contacts. So that way you can pretty much get to anything and everything from this home page. Now, if you don't know that much about Facebook, it is pretty much the #1 social media site that's out there. It's been around for quite a while, probably since the 2000s or something like that. But it is the one used by the most amount of people. So if you're hoping to use Facebook to kind of get in touch with long lost friends or long lost family members, this would necessarily and definitely be the place you'd want to try. Because you pretty much find anyone that has a Facebook. So let's take a little tour of it. Let's start at the top. Running across the top here, starting with the Facebook logo, there's a search bar here. So if you click that little magnifying glass, that'll let you search. So you could type in a person you're looking for, someone you're already friends with, someone you want to be friends with to see if they have an account. You can type in your favorite news outlet, your favorite TV show, pretty much anything and everything you can type in here. You'll find something about it on Facebook. So for example, if you're looking for a friend named, or if you're looking for Johnny Cash, that'll work too. Let's just see how that works. So if you type in Johnny Cash, you'll get your search results. So it'll start with whether or not someone has made a fan page or a band musician page for Johnny Cash, or if there's any fan groups, if you scroll down a little bit more, any videos that have Johnny Cash in them, and pretty much anything and everything. You can filter those results over here on the left. So if you're looking for just videos with Johnny Cash, you can click videos and it'll most likely show his music videos. And then you can sort with the extra filters you get there. You could see if there are any events going on in regards to Johnny Cash. Like if people still do those cover bands, you could see if there's anything pertaining to an event that mentions Johnny Cash as well. Or you can leave that filter at all if you just want to scroll through everything. Now to the right of the search here, you'll have a little house icon. That is your home button. So if you click that, it'll take you back to where you started. So you'll see your locations here on the left, your stories row at the top, the space to put in a status if you'd like to do that. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But this center part here is your news feed. This will be a constantly updated scrolling newspaper, for instance, where you can get all of the updates from your friends, find out information about pretty much anything, major current events going on. There is a lot of information here, and it's pretty much curated by who you follow. So if you follow like that Johnny Cash page, for instance, anyone that updates it, you'll see those here. If you have any friends that have done something new, and you're following them, you'll see their statuses from here. If you are following certain news outlets, you'll see that information here. It's pretty much anything and everything based on what you've said that you like. Sometimes you will see certain ads if it's learning kind of what you like. It really depends. So you'll see all kinds of things here. To the right of your home feed, and then there's also the sponsored section and the contacts, like I mentioned. This little contacts section is just for anyone that you can instant message. So that'll pull them up if they have their status set to active. So they're saying they're available to talk, or they're not, or the last time they were active, and you'll see any of that information. So all you do if you want to chat with them is just click their name. It'll bring up a little chat window, and then you can start talking to them. So that's what that little section is for. Or if they send you a private message, only you and that person in the contact section will see your interaction. So that's all that little section is. Now back at the top, so that's your home page. To the right of that, you will have a section called Friends. Now in order to get ample stuff to fill up your newsfeed, you kind of have to follow some people that are posting things, outlets that are posting things. If your favorite TV show has a Facebook page, if they're updating and sharing little like blooper reels, you want to see those. You kind of want to curate what you want to see based on who you're friends with and then who you follow. So here you will probably see any requests that you've sent to other people. And all you do with that really to send them a request is find their profile. So say I was looking up Miss Angela, who works at our IRS department. She's excellent at Reader's Advisory. If I'm interested in seeing what she has to share, I can go to her profile and I can send her a request. So I would click Add Friend. So she would then get a notification that I've sent her a friend request. And then she can either accept or deny if she'd like to do that. You won't know that she's rejected it unless you go back to her page and see that it says Add Friend now. Once you click Add Friend, it'll say Cancel Request. So that way you can see if she's accepted it or not. You can cancel if there's an accident. If you're like, oh, oops, I meant to find someone else named Angela, you can cancel that request. So these will be all people that Facebook is kind of suggesting to you based on how many people you may know in common. So it'll suggest those. So this is just kind of your place to manage your friend requests and see if there are other people you may know that you want to connect with. Now to the right in the center, there's this little TV icon. This is the Facebook Watch icon. So this will be any videos that people you follow have posted, funny videos, news videos, pretty much anything and everything related to what you like or things that Facebook thinks you'll like. So you'll see there's this Paul McCartney video here, and all you would do, just in case, let me turn my volume all the way down, is click play to watch that video. You can fast forward through it. You can also like it just to show that you like it. You can love it, show that you care, laugh if it's something funny, show that you're really amazed by it. It makes you sad or it makes you angry. It kind of depends on the context of the video, which like you'll do. So all I did to have that pop up was hover my mouse over the like button, and then these emotions showed up. So I can say, wow, and it'll put that there. You can also comment on videos if they're turned on. So you'll notice some of these people said, what an awesome video, Paul looks cool, my favorite Paul McCartney song. You can scroll through the different comments and read what other people are saying, and you can like and reply to what they've said. So you don't have to do any of that if you don't want to. If you just want to like and wow the video and move on, you can definitely do that. Now you also have a share option. So what this will do is send this specific video either to your page, to Stories Row, which we'll look at in just a minute. You can send it to anyone in Messenger, or you can look at other options if you're on your mobile device to like send it to people in your text messages, or another social media site you're on, if you're on Instagram, for instance, or if you want to send it to your Pinterest, or you can send it to your email to send to someone else. You have all of those different options as well. So if I wanted to share this to my page so people could see it, I would click share now, and then it'll say share to my timeline. So that way people that may not be following that Paul McCartney page or may not have seen this video, I'm sharing and spreading that content so other people can enjoy it too. So that's what the Facebook Watch is. It'll just be strictly videos for you to watch and enjoy. And then you have your filters over on the left hand side, and then a search bar to search for certain videos. Now here's another section that's gotten pretty popular. It's pretty much like a swap and shop on Facebook called Facebook Marketplace, where people are selling items from their home, and then you can decide whether or not it's something you need. So for instance, I was looking for a dishwasher because mine, it sucked. I didn't like it. It's terrible. So I went to Facebook Marketplace, typed in dishwasher, and then I set up any filters I wanted. So I'm fine driving, so I extended my radius a little more just so I can get more options. And then I put my maximum price, and then any other filters I needed. Oh, this one lets you do item condition, or if I want only new ones. So then I would just search through the options I have here, and then see if any of them meet my needs. Now you can just browse through here and see what's going on. There are items that are here for free, and then of course items you have to pay for. How you pay for them depends on what you work with the seller to decide what works for best for both of you. Sometimes they'll tell you cash only or PayPal, really depends. But you can pretty much search for anything and everything in Facebook Marketplace. Now to the right of the marketplace, you'll have a group icon. It looks like 3 little profiles. For this one, groups are different groups, essentially, that gravitate to Facebook around a certain common interest. So I do cloth diapering, for instance. So in order to learn more about that, I joined a cloth diapering group. You can join cloth diapering groups, book clubs are here. You'll see I have some here for a mystery book club. If I click on that one, if it's something that's public and you can join it, you can go ahead and join it. If it's something that's private, you just have to wait to be approved by whoever created that group. And then you pretty much go through, and it's like a news feed within your news feed. So it's just a group of people that are talking about that specific topic, and pretty much nothing else. So anytime I'm in the cloth diapering group, it's pretty much anything and everything about cloth diapering, whether you just started or you've been doing it for years. But it's really good to kind of have these little pockets of Facebook to kind of meet your specific interests, to help you learn something new or to help you connect with other people that are interested in what you're interested in. So let's go back to the home page here. And so in this upper right hand corner, you'll have 4 icons. So the first one will be create. So this will let you create something, be that a post, start a story, which would go here in stories row. So stories are little short snippets that only stay in this upper section at the top of people's news feeds for about 24 hours. So you'll see I have some snippets here. This one, it's strange. I don't know what it is. Snippets will usually, or stories will usually show up if someone posts them. So if there's a page you like that posted a story, it would be here. One of your friends posts a story, it'll be here. And to view them, all you do is click on them, and then it'll play whatever the video is. But you'll see these little dashes here showing that this particular page has posted more than one story, and so you can go through them and look at which one. When you're done with that, there's a X in the upper left-hand corner. You can just go ahead and close it if you're not interested, and then move on to the next one. So you can create stories yourself if you just want something there temporarily and you don't want it to necessarily live on your page, because you don't really need a lot of that back and forth interaction that shows up on your profile page, which we'll talk about in just a second. They're just really quick things you just want to put out in the universe. You can add life events. You can create a page. So if you have a business, usually business pages, you'll go here to start that. So you can manage the page from your personal page. You can start a group. You can start your marketplace listing, so on and so forth. So that's just pretty much create anything you want posted on Facebook. Then there's Messenger, which is pretty much anyone that you've been talking to here in the contacts here. This is the hub that'll kind of list all of those here, so you can go back to those conversations. Then there's your notifications. So you will check this pretty much all the time when you access Facebook. Notifications are pretty much updates on what your friends are doing, if you have new friend suggestions, if someone's shared a new post or a picture, or they've updated their status and they haven't in a long time. It's pretty much anything and everything you want to be notified about. So you can customize what's here. If you don't want to know about new friend suggestions or know when someone does something, you can modify those from here. You'll see the little 3-dot bubble shows up when I hover over them to let you choose whether or not you want to leave those notifications there, remove them, turn them off. It really depends on what you want to do. But these different notifications, the blue dot ones are ones you haven't read yet. And then the ones that have a dot, you have read. But there will usually be a little number. It's gone now because I opened it. That'll show to tell you how many notifications you have. And in order to do something with a notification, it wants you to click on it if you don't want to, because we don't really need to know that Miss Tammy shared a photo from the library. You can click that 3 dots and mark it as read, and then that little blue dot will go away. But if you're actually interested in what that is, whatever the photo was, you can click on the notification and it'll take you straight there. That way you can see that Tammy shared this particular post on the 23rd. It's a public post, meaning anyone on or off Facebook can see it. And then if you scroll down, it'll tell you who she shared it from, and then what day they posted it, and then whatever description they wrote. And if you scroll down a little bit more, here's where you can like, comment, or share it so that way it shows up on your page the same way. So you do have all of those options. So you can click on notifications, or you can just ignore them if they're not important to you, or you can modify them how you need to. Now the next one is the account drop-down arrow. It's kind of behind the scenes where you can get to your settings and privacy, help and support, or change your display preferences, or if you're on a public or shared device, you can log out. Display preferences will kind of be if you want dark mode, which is this one. I prefer. And then there's compact mode, which kind of squeezes things, I guess, a little bit closer together. If you notice, the words got a little bit smaller. Yeah, so if you want that, you can do that. Or if you want dark mode off, you can do that. There may be other display preferences and settings and privacy. You'd have to check that out. So let's go back. Now that we're done talking about this toolbar across the top, this is pretty much what you'll interact with just as much as you interact with the things on your newsfeed. But there are these other locations here, which are pretty much just mirrors of what's up here. So you'll see there's groups, friends, marketplace, and watch, which are all already up here. Then there's extras like events. Events will be either virtual or in-person events that are occurring. So if there's like people making birthday parties or someone's having a New Year's party or Christmas party, and they invite you to it, it'll show up in your events, and it's just like a little calendar. So there's all of that information over on the left. Now, your profile page. When you make a status, you can do it in two places. You can either do it from here in your newsfeed, or you can go to your profile, which you can access two different ways. You can either click on your profile icon here, or click on your name in the upper left-hand corner below the Facebook icon. And this will take you to your profile. So your profile is your own little personal page. This will show statuses you've posted, pictures you've posted, things that you've shared. And this is pretty much anything and everything that you have done. So you can customize the picture here. You can customize your profile picture. You can pretty much change it whenever you want. The only thing you can't really change as much as your name. They're kind of picky about that. So they're like, you can't change your name for another 60 days or whatever like that. So be careful with that part. You will have little tabs here across the top, an edit option, a view as option. So this will be how other people see your page. A search. So you can say if you knew you shared something on your profile, but you can't find it, that'll let you search for it. And then you'll have your three-dot menu with your activity log and then your other settings. Then you'll have people you may know. So that'll be here. I believe you can, you can hide that little thing there. But that's just another way to add more friends. Facebook is all about connecting with people that you know. So here you'll see that you can add a little bit more about yourself. There are these different boxes that show different sections of your profile. So here are your photos in that little grid. Here's your friends list. Here you can see all of your friends. And if you keep scrolling, this part will stop, but your feed in the center will keep going for your profile. And it's just a timeline of everything that you've done and when. So let's go back up to the top. Now that Paul McCartney video you shared, well, I shared, it'll show your name. So wait, people know who shared it, how long ago you shared it, and then the privacy setting for it. So only my friends can see that I shared this. You can change that per post, but whatever you changed it to be last will be what it will stay. So if you want only specific friends to see something, only you to see something, your friends accept, and so like you can pick a person. I usually have this on my personal page set to friends accept acquaintances, so my friends' friends can't see my posts. And then public, and then your friends on Facebook. So you can change that before you share in your settings, after you share something. Just remember to kind of check it every now and again if you're not getting much interaction on that post. So you'll see I've updated my bio on this day. It pretty much is just a timeline of things that I've done. Now on this one here, I posted a picture. I gave it a caption saying, how are those jack-o'-lanterns coming? And I put what I was feeling. I'll show you how to make a status in just a minute. But I've had some people actually like that particular photo. So it'll show you who loved it, who liked it, and then it'll show you their entire name. And then it would show you any comments below that, if there were any. So you just kind of see how people have interacted with you. So let's go back up to the top, guard your eyes, and let's post a status. Now you have options of what type of status to post. So if you click in the what's on your mind field, it'll pop up a little window where you can start doing your playing around. So you can choose your privacy setting right off the bat, who you want to be able to see it. I'm going to go ahead and go public. You can change it back if you change your mind. If you're like, I kind of want it to be my friends except for whoever. But you don't have to play with any of that. You can just do your friends on Facebook. So what's on your mind? So you could say, I'm so happy it's Friday. Now, whenever you post a status, it could be what you're doing, your opinion on something, something you learned, something you're excited about. It could be a photo. It could be a video that you have saved on your computer. It could be pretty much anything and everything that you want other people to see. So you have to keep that part in mind. Other people will see it, so keep in mind what you share. So you do want to be kind to others while they're on Facebook with you. You want to have positive interactions while you're using social media. So keep in mind what you share. Other people will see it and they will interact with it. So I can say I'm so happy it's Friday, and then I can kind of play around with how this looks on my page. So they started these new color backgrounds about a few years ago or so. So when you click on the rainbow AA here, it'll give you these little background options. So let's look at all of them. So depending on what you're talking about, you can pick which one looks the best to you. Oh, assistant, please. So you can just scroll through here and kind of pick whatever you'd like, or not. You can also add photos to your post, tag people, which means you pretty much link the status to someone else's account. So say I went to a coffee shop with someone, I could say, hey, so-and-so and I are having such a wonderful day at the coffee shop. You could tag it to link it so their friends can see it and your friends can see it and mutual friends can see it. Or if you want someone specifically to see that particular post because you're like, hey, remember this, you can tag someone like that too. Add a feeling or activity, check in. So this would be if you're at a show. For instance, I went to Buzz Beach Ball once. I could say having a great time and then check in at Buzz Beach Ball. And you can also add gifs, which are the short moving videos. So you could scroll through what they suggest if they don't make you too dizzy. Or you can type in something pertaining to what your status is about. So you see somebody say Happy Friday. I can pick which one I like. And then you can share these with your stats. So I like this one because her top is very fall colored. And then if I'm done, and that's all I really want to say, I can click post. Once I've done that, it will show up here on my profile timeline, but it will also show up on my friends' news feeds if they are paying attention to what I'm doing, and it shows up in their news feed. So from there, you just kind of wait for people to interact with you, or you just give people an update. Now, if you decide, oopsie, that was an accident, or you spelled something wrong and need to edit, you do have these 3 dots here in the upper right-hand corner of every single post. You can click that to edit the post, edit your audience, which is your privacy setting that we looked at, delete it, turn the notifications off so you don't want to know if someone liked it, don't want to know if someone commented, or don't want to know if someone shared it. Those won't show up in your notifications that were up here in the upper right-hand corner. And then if it's something you kind of want to keep off of your page, if you're cleaning something up but you don't want to delete it, So these will be your options on pretty much any of your statuses that you post on your page. These will change if you are accessing something on your newsfeed. So we can take a look at that in just a second. But you'll notice up in my notifications, I have one new notification, and Miss Carla loved my status 5 minutes ago. So if I wanted to see that and refresh my timeline to update it to the change, I can click on the notification and then I'll see that she liked it right below there. So real quick before we go, when you see any status that shows up on your newsfeed that doesn't necessarily either meet your interest, or you want to find out more information about it and turn on notifications, or if you just want to see your options, every post will have the 3-dot menu just like you did on yours, but you'll have a few different options. You can save this post and it'll go over into your locations over here, somewhere that says like saved. It'll be in a different spot depending on how many of these extra doodads you have here. You can turn on the notifications for the post. So say you're interested in which ones Miss Beth is going to share that she watches. If you're interested in 90s rom-coms, you can follow it. You can hide the post, and Facebook will kind of learn which ones you start hiding after a while, and either kind of update your newsfeed to show you less things that may be mentioned in a status, kind of like this. Or you can snooze Beth for 30 days, which means you'll still be her friend on Facebook, but you won't see her statuses show up in your newsfeed. You can unfollow her, which is the extra step up above snooze. So you'll stop seeing her post, but you'll still be friends. And so you'd have to go to her page specifically to see any updates she's added to her timeline. You can also report the post, which is you find something alarming about the post, or there's hate speech or misinformation, anything like that. You can report the post, or if it's like false advertising, what have you. There will be a list of criteria that you can choose from when you report the post. Whoever you report, unfollow, snooze, or hide a post from, they will not know that you did that. So they don't get any notification if you snooze them. They don't get a notification if you unfollow. The only way that they would know you unfollow them is if they go to your profile. So for instance, let's go to Miss Beth's profile, and then they'll see something here on your page that might say that you're not their friend anymore, is pretty much the extent. But that's pretty much it. They don't get any notification. They actually have to go to your page to see if you unfriended them or whatever. But no one knows what you do if you decide to take adverse action against someone, or you kind of want to clean up your newsfeed. So you do have that option of customizing what's here in your newsfeed. So that's Facebook. It's pretty much a endless scroll of friends to connect with, people to keep up with, things to find entertainment, new things to learn about, companies that you could find to do some work, or just a place where you can find a lot of interaction. So hopefully as you dig around with it, it becomes a lot easier to use, or hopefully this video helped to kind of demystify a lot of what you may have thought it was about. So that's all I've got. Have a wonderful day. If you enjoyed what we talked about here today, please find additional assistance using our online resources. So for any of your tech needs, access Who Knew It, Universal Class, Lynda.com, and many more to sharpen up your skills or to learn something new. And like always, you can find us on Facebook at MCPL 360. We are here serving you tech videos every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, 2 o'clock on Tuesdays, and then 1 o'clock on Wednesdays and Fridays. And anything you may miss on Facebook, you can find on our consumer technology playlist on YouTube. Just search for MCPL Mo, and you'll find us there. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks. Have a wonderful day.